Jaya. Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Giri Baradari Jaya Giri Baradari Jaya. Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Giri Baradari Jaya Giri Baradari Jaya. Yasodanandana Bradadana Ranjana Yasodanandana Bradadana Ranjana Namunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Go! Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So first of all, I want to thank all the devotees here in Melbourne. They're very wonderful devotees dedicated to the mission of Srila Prabhupada. And it's very nice to see every year when we come here with His Holiness Swami that all the devotees are very enthusiastic and they're engaged in devotional service, and so many guests are coming. So it's wonderful to be here with you today. Hare Krishna. So today we're reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, 8th Canto, chapter 24, and the verse on the board is 39. Then we will read a little more because there is no purport. Itam adishya rajanam Harirantara dhyayata Swanam bhava shikatatam kalam Yam rishikesha hadisat Itam adishya rajanam Harirantara Anem shajakshitatam kalam Yam rishikesha adisat Itam adishya rajanam Harirantaradyata Sanavashikadatam kalam Yam rishikesha adisat Itam adishya rajanam Harirantaradyata Sanyam visati katram kalam Yam rishikesha adisat. So I read directly the translation because there is a lot to read. After thus instructing the king, the Supreme Personality of Godhead immediately disappeared. Then King Satyavata began to wait for that time of which the Lord had instructed. Text 40. After spreading Kusha with his tips pointing east, the saintly king himself, facing the northeast, sat down on the grass and began to meditate upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, who had assumed the form of a fish. Text 41. Thereafter gigantic clouds, pouring incessant water, swelled the ocean more and more. The ocean began to overflow into the land and inundated the entire world. Text 42. As Satyavata remembered the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he saw a boat coming near him. Thus he collected herbs and creeper, and accompanied by a saintly Brahmana, he got aboard the boat. Text 43. The saintly Brahmana, being pleased with the king, said to him, O king, please meditate upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Keshava. He will save us from this impending danger and arrange for our well-being. Text 44. Then while the king constantly meditated upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, a large golden fish appeared in the ocean of inundation. The fish had one horn and was 8 million miles long. It was huge. Text 45. Following the instruction formerly given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the king anchored the boat to the fish horn, using the serpent Vasuki as a rope. Thus being satisfied, he began offering prayer to the Lord. Text 46. The king said, by the grace of the Lord, those who have lost their self-knowledge since time immemorial, and who, because of the ignorance, are involved in the material conditional life, full of misery, obtain the chance to meet the Lord devotees and accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the Supreme Spiritual Master. Purport. The Supreme Personality of God is actually the Supreme Spiritual Master. The Supreme Lord knows everything about the suffering of the conditioned soul, and therefore he appears in this material world, sometimes personally, sometimes by an incarnation, and sometimes by authorizing a living being to act on his behalf. In all cases, however, he is the original spiritual master who enlightened the conditioned soul who are suffering in the material world. The Lord is always busy helping the conditioned soul in many ways. Therefore, he is addressed here as Param Guru Bhavan, the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead who acts to spread Krishna consciousness. He is also guided by the Supreme Lord to act properly in executing the Lord's order. Such a person may appear to be an ordinary human being, but because he acts on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Spiritual Master, he is not to be neglected as ordinary. It is therefore said, Acharya mam vijayat, an Acharya who acts on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead should be understood to be as good as the Supreme Lord himself. Every day we are singing the Lord, the glory of the Spiritual Master in the Guru Puja. Sakshadaritena samasa sastre uktasadai vai vasadhi kintu prabodhya priya eva tasya vande guru sri charana ravindam. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura has advised that the Spiritual Master acting on the Supreme Lord's behalf must be worshipped as being as good as the Supreme Lord. For he is the Lord's most confidential servant in broadcasting the Lord's message for the benefit of the conditioned soul involved in the material world. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Ajnana Diminandasya Gyananjan Shalakaya Chakshuram Minidam Nedasasmai Sri Gurave Namo Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Sri Mate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasattade Sattarine Vancha Kalpakarubhyascha Kripasindu Bhyayavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityanando Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaur Bhatta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this is a very beautiful pastimes. Like His Holiness Bhanu Swami was saying yesterday, this pastime happened in all the religions. I am Christian, we study in the school, Noah, the Ark, and in the Bible it's mentioned that Noah was instructed by the Lord to build this huge boat where he would put inside all the animal, all the grass, all the bird, all the snack. And he was given the measurement of the boat, and he started to build it himself with wood. But here we see the Lord just send the boat already made. Maybe Noah built the boat and then the sand came, I don't know. But this flooding situation, it's happening in regular time. We can see, of course, there is a cyclone coming on the West Coast. Everybody's preparing not to get their house damaged and stuff. But this is much on a greater scale because the whole planet becomes full of water. completely inundated. And then, after the inundation, again, there is manifestation of all the living entity. Of course, in Christian religion, they say, oh, this because the people become so sinful, and so the Lord wants to make a clean slate. So it's like when Kalki comes in the end of Kali Yuga, it's described that he kills all the sinful people. So, I don't know. Of course, the living entity cannot be killed because the soul is eternal. But sometimes the soul needs to recycle itself and awaken to new consciousness. So this is the process of Krishna consciousness, and this is what we, the devotee of the Lord, have accepted as our final goal and to become perfect in a human form of life. So first we awaken ourselves to Krishna consciousness, we practice this Krishna consciousness. These children are very fortunate, all the children, they're born in a family of devotee. So from the very beginning of their life, they're taking prasadam, they're seeing the deity, they're hearing the holy name. I have 2 sons and 4 grandchildren. And I was speaking to my wife, I was telling, our sons become devotee, they took initiation, they got married with devotee, their children are very nice. But I was telling her that all the living entities at one point had to make a choice. Because my grandfather used to say, you can take the horse to the lake and put his head inside the water, but if he doesn't want to drink, he will not drink. So we can give example, we can be instrumental for our children and grandchildren to be Krishna conscious, but at one point in their life, themselves, they have to choose, I want to be this, or I want to do this. It doesn't matter if they go to work or they do some business, or whatever it is, but if in their deeper consciousness is like the identification that I am a spirit soul, I am an eternal servant of God, and my duty is to return back home, back to God. That much, if they imbibe into their heart, it doesn't matter what they do, because to live in this material world, everybody has to do something. So not everybody can become a monk, not everybody can become in a temple and become a full-time part of ISKCON, but they can definitely participate in their own way, and they can practice Krishna consciousness in their life. So this is a great gift and boon of Krishna consciousness that goes beyond everything. If you want to become Krishna consciousness, if you want to know about God, if you want to link your heart with the Supreme, you can do that. There is no restrictions. As long as you have a desire to do that. Many Acharya describe that as long as we have the desire to enjoy this material world, we will be stuck here. Because desire is our compass, our guiding compass. Just like we go in the ship in the ocean, we cannot see where is north, where is south, sometimes it's cloud, we cannot even see the sun. In the ship they have a sextant by which you can see which direction. Now of course we have a GPS. And then they cannot get lost. So similarly, if we have a compass in our heart, we know which direction we're going. And because the Lord is sitting in our heart, He's always guiding us toward the right thing to do, towards the right direction. Sometimes we can distinguish who is for real, who is a cheater. I told my brother, my younger brother, who is a businessman in Rome, I told him, you chant Hare Krishna and see what happened. So he said, I feel very happy. He became vegetarian. And he said, from when I'm chanting Hare Krishna, I'm able to become more sensible to understand who really want to cheat, who really is sincere to do business. So the Lord is in the heart and He gives knowledge no, remembrance and forgetfulness. So if we are sincere, then we are able to make quick spiritual progress. And what is the symptom of spiritual progress is that we become happy. Yeah? Krishna conscious devotees, they are always happy. They're singing, they're dancing, they go in the road. Today we have a Harinam at 6 o'clock downtown. If you want to join us, come. We'll sing and dance, and we'll maybe distribute prasadam or some pamphlet, I don't know. But I became devotee because I saw in 1974, we are in one square room where there is no car. We saw this devotee coming, singing and dancing, and me and my friends said, who are these people? Which planet they come from? They're wearing some funny clothes, they have some funny hair, they wear some mark on their forehead. But then they stop in front of us, and one lady came with a basket. They said, would you like to take some biscuit? I said, yes, of course. And we took the biscuit. It was prasadam. We didn't know prasadam. And it was so tasty. I said, oh, can you give me one more? I said, yeah, sure. I said, do I need to pay? No, it's free. Take. Okay, give me one more. 3 I ate. It was very delicious. And then, you think, what is it? Magic? No, it's that, the devotee plant the seed of devotion in your heart. Yeah? Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jiv Guru Krishna Prasadapai Bhakti Lata Bij. The living entity is wandering through different universe, different form, different shapes. But then, who is the fortunate soul who received the mercy of the devotees? Bhagyavan. So I was fortunate. And then after many years, I happened to be in Kathmandu and I met the devotee again. I say, I remember these people. And then I became a devotee. So obviously, you start to inquire about your life. You start to think, what am I doing? Okay, you can go to drink, you can have smoke, you can try all different type of things, because when we're young, you're trying different things, how to be happy. But all these things, after all, they don't really satisfy you. They don't really make you happy. They make you happy for some time, but this is not the happiness we're looking for. When I start to chant Hare Krishna, I told the devotee, what is happening to me? Why I'm becoming so happy? And they say, no problem, I say, you put something in the food, some drug or something? No. It's natural that you become happy when you connect your heart with the Lord. And then I can never forget that happiness, and I can taste everyday happiness when I chant Hare Krishna, when I'm with the devotees. And all over the world we have a big family established by Srila Prabhupada. We have 800 temples, so many farms, so many schools. So everywhere we go we have a family of devotees. They're feeding us nice prasadam, they're giving us a place to stay. We're doing kirtan, we're doing program. So we slowly become part of Krishna's family. But we have to develop the desire. Because ultimately our desire is what is determining our direction, is determining our attachment, is determining whether we'll be able to go back home, back to God. Of course, Krishna is so merciful, like Maharaj was explaining, even by Krishna is killing the Putana demon and so many demons, and they all go back to God. What to speak of the devotee, we are trying to become devotee. We are trying to purify our consciousness. We're struggling with our mind, this, that, so many things. Shall I go this way, that way? But if we remain in association with the devotee, then it's very safe for us. And we can always inquire from other devotees, am I doing the right things? Am I going the right direction? Shall I do this or shall I do that? Because the devotee can always give us knowledge how to perfect our choices. But the Lord never removed our free will. This is the beauty of Krishna consciousness, you know. In Christian religion, they say, oh, if you don't follow the instruction of God, you go to hell forever, which sounds really punishable, yeah. Even here in the material world, you go to jail for some time unless you killed 100 people or something. But, you know, in our Vedic scriptures describe, yes, hell is also there, you know, suffering is there. But the point is that the Lord gives us multiple chances. Life after life, we are taking birth. And most probably we're trying to improve our situation. So if we are able not to make it in this lifetime, the Lord say, okay, next lifetime, you can take birth in a family of devotee, in a wealthy devotee, in a Pandit family, so you can continue your devotional service. So, ultimately, it's our choice. Ultimately, it's the mercy of the devotees, the mercy of the Lord. Also, the Lord said that I give full power to the devotee to distribute my mercy. So that's very powerful. We devotee, are the instrument of the Lord, and we can distribute the mercy of the Lord. How? Somebody say, oh, I'm not good in giving lecture, I'm not good in singing, I'm not good in this. Carry some prasadam in your pocket. Whoever you meet, give them some prasadam. You don't have to tell this is prasadam, because they will say, oh no, I won't take it. But you just said, today is the birthday of my grandmother. Would you take a little sweet? Tell a white fly. Okay, if the person takes the prasadam, it becomes very dear to the Lord. Because the moment we eat one morsel of prasadam, the Lord feels like we have done some service for Him. We appreciated Him. Maharaj yesterday was telling a story of Vajamil. His son was called Narayana. Right? And at the moment of death, he called his son, Narayan, come here. I'm suffering, I'm dying. The Yamaduta came because he was very sinful. But the Vishnuduta came and said, no, you cannot touch this person. Why? Our masters say, anyone who chants even once the name of God, His name, is a devotee. So Hare Krishna, welcome. The Yamaduta, maybe you can arrange a chair for Mataji. Yeah? The Yamaduta were surprised themselves. They said, but this guy is a sinful frog. We should punish him. No, 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 no. You cannot touch him. Now he's under the shelter of the Lord. So the Lord is so merciful that He wants to see that everyone go back to Him, to the spiritual world. Because He knows all the living entities, they are just in forgetfulness and they are suffering in this material world. In South India we have these alwars. The Lord is feeling so much suffering for the living entity. Lord Vishnu called all his alankar. The alankar means they are all this garland, the Brahmin thread, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. All these are personality. He called all of them and say, I want you to go back into the material world and rescue the living entity. Bring them all back to me, to the spiritual world. So the alwars appear. Most of them in Kali Yuga in South India, some in different yuga. Namalwar and many other. One of them is also a lady. What's her name? Andal. Andal. She was found under the Tulsi tree. There was a couple who desired to have a child, but they were very old. They don't have a child. So he was making garland for the Lord in Srirangam. No, Srivilluputur. Where is it? Where she born? Srivilluputur. You can visit that place, it's still there. So the small baby, when the Prabhu is going to find the Tulsi for making the garland, the Lord finds a small baby under the Tulsi plant. He takes the baby, okay, what to do now? This was many thousands of years ago, or hundreds of years ago. So he brought her home and said, look, I found this baby. Of course, today, if you find a baby like this, what you do? You go to the police, you go to the hospital. But he brought it home and say, this is the Lord is sending this living entity to us. We should take care like our own daughter. And then they grew her, and they teach her all Krishna conscious philosophy. And there is, of course, a beautiful pastimes that, you can read also, because she wrote a very famous book, Tirupavai. In all the school in South India, they teach this Tirupavai. It's all by memory. It's beautiful. It's all the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. But she never been in Vrindavan, but she knows all the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. So finally, when she comes to a marriageable age, the father say, okay, now you have to get married. She said, no. I will not marry any human. I will not marry any human. I said, this is very difficult. How are you going to marry who? The demigods or something? He said, I will only marry the Lord. I said, how can you marry the Lord? They were perplexed. But then in the dream of the Pujari, in the dream of the father, came the Lord who said, yes, she's my eternal consort, and I want to marry her. Please arrange the palanquin, bring her to the temple, arrange the priest, arrange the yajna, and I will marry her. So what they do in South India, there is Utsava Murti, like we have here in front of the Lord. We have a smaller Murti, that's called Utsava Murti. So they bought the Murti there, and they make a marriage with her. They put a Mangala Sutra, they exchange a garland, everything. Full marriage. Thousands of people came and see this. Big festival. Then she said in the end, I would like to go and see the Lord inside the Sanctum Sanctorum. There, the temple, there is beautiful Lord Vishnu laid down on the Anantashish. So she said, please close the door. I want to spend some time with my Lord. They closed the door. Then after some time, they cannot hear any sound, they cannot hear anything. 1 hour is gone by, 2 hours is gone by. Let's open the door. They open the door. She is not there anymore. The Lord took her to the spiritual world. So, the Lord has great desire that we will be able to bring back many souls. Of course, we should not be fanatically preaching, but we should be very sensible, and we should distribute the mercy of the Lord to everyone. So we have to think how we can distribute this mercy. Sometime in the form of small book, sometime in the form of prasadam, sometime in the form of harinam, sometime in whatever possible way we can. Somebody interested will ask about why you're so happy, what you have that I don't. Then you try to tell them about Krishna consciousness. The process is simple. Chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In this way, we'll become the instrument in the end of the Lord. So that's very powerful. Yet we remain very humble. We don't start to think, now I'm very special. We remain humble in the service of the Lord. We are servant of the servant. That is our natural position. And here in Melbourne, we had the facility to come here in the temple and perform service. We see a big congregation of devotees coming here and serve in the form of cooking, in the form of deity worship, making garland for the deity, taking care of their dress, whatever. Any small amount of service we can do for the pleasure of the Lord becomes pleased. The Lord is not difficult to please. Simply by our endeavor, we are like children. We cannot do anything great, but we can offer our consciousness at the lotus feet of the Lord. We become fixed in our mind. We become fixed with devotion that this is the path we have to go through, and whatever difficulty we find, we are surrounded by devotees that can help us. When I joined the temple in Mayapur, when I met the devotees, they told me, look, You are a mechanic, but you can offer. You spend so many lifetimes for Maya, try to enjoy this material world, but you're never satisfied. Offer one life to Krishna, one life. In eternal time, one life is 1 second. There's not much time, although it looks very long. But one life, time is going very fast. If we can have the determination to offer our life in the service of the Lord, that is success. People think success is making a lot of money. I have a Ferrari car, I have a big building with a swimming pool, I have a big bank balance. No. This is not success. Why? All these things, we will lose them. The time comes, hello sir, get out of this body. No. What about my Ferrari, my bank account? What about my motorcycle? What about my family? What about my swimming pool? You can't take it with you, sir. Come out. No. Give me some time. No. Prabhupada tell a story how in the hospital, one very rich man told the doctor, I will give you $1 billion. Just give me more. 3 months of life. And the doctor said, I'm not God. You can give me the money. I can cheat you and say yes, but then you will die. I am not a cheater. Only God can give time. Time is the only thing we really have in our hand. Is it not? Can you buy with $1 million 1 day? 1 second? No. Time is going by. And time is a very mystical thing. No one can understand. Even the scientists, they cannot answer. What is time? But we are all under the influence of time. So if we can give this life to Krishna, we'll become successful. Whether we're rich or we're poor, whether black or we're white, whether we're tall or short, whether we're a child or old man. If we engage in Krishna consciousness, that is success. Because real success in human life means that we are preparing our next life to go back home, back to Godhead. Not only that, but Krishna is explaining that those who perform devotional service, he say, Susukam kartum avyayam, in this very life you become happy. We are not given a blank check. In the future you will be happy, you will go back to Godhead, you go paradise. No. This very lifetime, in this very moment, you can become happy if you chant Hare Krishna. You try. We are not telling people you have to pay $100 and then we give you the mantra. No, it's not secret. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. So we can all become happy provided we have, a proper consciousness to dedicate ourselves. But Thakur say you need 2 things, to be sincere and honest. These 2 things are determining factor for our spiritual life. Because life after life, we have been cheated and we are cheating other people. There was a doctor who was a Marwari. No, he was a Gujarati. Outside his office he put, I will cure any disease. You just pay me $100. And if I cannot cure this disease, I will give you $1,000. Any disease. Then one Marwari who is a businessman, he's thinking, wow, this is the way to make money. So he goes there, he said, doctor, yes sir, please sit down. What's your disease? I lost taste. I cannot taste anything. I'm eating, I have no taste. He said, oh, this is very difficult to cure this disease. But I have the medicine for you. He called his assistant. Go and bring the bottle 22. And the guy bring one black bottle. He said, you drink this medicine in front of me, you will be cured. The guy drinking. He said, this is petrol. Oh, you see, the medicine worked. Give me $100. So this guy was very disappointed, Next time, after 1 week, he's thinking, how can I get the money back? I want $1,000. So he goes after 1 week, and he goes and say, Doctor, again you, what happened? What is the problem this time? I forgot everything. Really? I don't know the name of my wife. I get lost in my street. I cannot find my house. I cannot find the key, and nothing. I don't remember anything. Who I am? I say, oh, no problem. This is very difficult to cure this disease. It's very dangerous when you forget everything, including your wife. You don't remember your wife? No, I don't remember my wife. It looked like an old lady, but you're an old man. I say, yeah, but when I got married, she was very beautiful. I say, yeah. Okay. Then he called, I have a medicine for you. He called the assistant. Hey, go and bring the bottle number 22. The guy said, no, doctor, that's petrol. I said, you see, you remember. You remember everything. Give me the money. Oh, God. This guy lost again, Then he's thinking. He said, how can I get my money back? I lost $200. I'm a businessman. I'm very shrewd. I'm very smart. I'm a Marvari, We don't have blood in our vein. We have money. So he went back with the dark glasses, the white cane, accompanied by another person. Said, Doctor. He said, what happened to you? I become blind. I cannot see anymore anything. Really? No, I cannot see anything. I say, okay, this is very difficult, but I'm sorry. I don't have a medicine to cure you, because this is very dangerous. It's supposed to do operation to the eyes, all these things. I don't have the medicine. So then the guy say, okay, now give me $1,000. So the guy put $100 in his hand, and the guy he's waiting, and say, hey, doctor, you only give me $100. He say, hey, you got the vision back. Give me the $100 and give me more, $100. So this is called cheaters and cheated, Material world is like that, You go and buy the car, the guy say, oh, this car has so many wonderful things. It's only battery operator. You can drive 800 kilometers, no problem. Okay, then you drive. When you reach 400 kilometers, battery died. What happened? Tesla, this, that. Sorry, sir. Yeah, you can go 800 kilometers fully charged when it's new. Now, how long you have this car? Oh, a few years. Sorry, the battery went down. So like that, there is always cheating process. But Krishna conscious devotees, they're always very sincere and honest. They're trying to deliver the conditioned soul, and they're trying to tell the truth. My dear friend, your spirit soul, your eternal servant of God. Connect yourself with the Lord, and you can become successful and happy. So like that, sometimes devotees say, I'm struggling with spiritual life. I say, yes, you're struggling, but better to struggle spiritually than to struggle material, because material life is impossible. You cannot win, because the whole material world is designed, is perfectly imperfect. So it's like you end up in jail. You cannot say, hello, where is the menu today? Sorry, sir, you are in jail. Whatever we give you, you eat. That's it. Hello, sir, where is my towel? No, there's no towel. Whatever, If you are in jail, then you're suffering. Of course, if you are in Swedish jail, or maybe Australia, New Zealand jail are very nice, but if you go to Pakistan, India, or Afghanistan jail, I don't think it's the same. But it still is a jail. It's different degree of jail. They say people in Switzerland, they have a nice life. Yeah, but they have no ocean, so they think, oh, why our country, we have no ocean. We have lake. Always the grass is better in the other side of the road. So everybody's complaining about something. Material life is not perfect. So better to struggle in spiritual life and attain perfection than struggle in material life and lose everything, which doesn't make sense. So we are very fortunate. Indeed, we are very fortunate. And we have to pursue this against all odds. Just get help by your
friend devotees, pray to the Lord can hear our prayers. Whatever we need, actually, the Lord will give to us. Whatever we need, I was telling the devotee when I got married, I was brahmachari for 10 years. So I told my wife before we get married, I say, okay, look, I must tell you the truth. I should not hide anything. I am from Italy, yes, but I don't have any money. I've been a monk for 10 years. If you are willing to sleep under the coconut tree, in the field, because I don't have any house, I don't have any money. She said, okay. She said, what? Okay. She said, you believe in God? I said, yes. So you feel like God, Krishna, will not give us whatever we need? I said, okay. And she got married to me. But the Lord gave us a house and everything, so it's amazing, it's magic. It's true. It's not that the Lord will let you starve or die, No, the Krishna is very merciful to his devotees. Whenever we needed something, the Lord provide. We have to have faith, yes? That even sometime, I heard one time we went and see Brahmananda, he was in Vrindavan. He was very old, but he was telling us always story about Prabhupada. So when they were in New York, Prabhupada saw one skyscraper, and he called Brahmananda. There were a few devotees at the time. He put $500 in his hand. He said, I want you to go and buy this skyscraper. And Brahmananda looked at Prabhupada and said, are you joking? And Prabhupada said, hey, don't say joking to the spiritual master. And become very serious. Brahmananda became small. Okay. So now he's thinking, how can I buy this skyscraper with $500? But Prabhupada said we should buy. So he went and see the broker, then he went and meet the owner, like, he's a millionaire. Okay, so we want to buy this building. How much cost? This, that, He's negotiating. No, the price is too high. This thing is cracked. This thing is broken. So, many times he went to them, and arguing with him to reduce the price. But one day there was another businessman there, who saw these all things happening. In the end, this businessman said, okay, look, you're coming here so many times, you're complaining so many things. You know what? I'll buy the thing for you, okay? I'll pay. You get lost, okay? And Brahmana said, okay, thank you very much. And he came back to Prabhupada and said, that miracle happened. One guy purchased it for us. He said, of course, I told you to purchase, so Krishna sent somebody to purchase. We don't have no money. We're beggars. And they purchased the skyscraper. Prabhupada was very happy, Our Prabhupada, we listened to Mukunda Maharaj, who's in the Gold Coast. He called Mukunda Maharaj and said, I want you and his other devotee to go open a temple in London from San Francisco. And they have no money, they have nothing. They go there in London and they do Harinam 8 hours, 10 hours a day, They have one BTG, they sell this BTG, they were able to, buy some food. And so finally they rent one small place. In London everything is small. It's not like Australia, one house, 1 acre, all this. So they rented one house, and every day they were doing Harinam. So it's in the end of the month, and the lady called. They're always late to pay the rent. So they said, look, if you guys do like this, better you guys find some other cheaper place, because, I need the money, you give you the rent. So they're praying to Krishna, we have no money. So they went in the morning for doing kirtan. They start very early in the morning. And when they went outside, they saw all the money flying from the sky, and they look everywhere. There's nobody. It looks like somebody threw the money from the balcony or something. They collect all the money, and it was exactly the money for paying the rent. And they thought, how is it possible? So miracles do happen. And then eventually, of course, they met George Harrison, who gave the manner, and he made music with them. So we just simply have to follow Prabhupada's instructions. So many wonderful things will happen. we may have no faith in our own self because we think, I am a small guy, what I can do? But Krishna will give intelligence, Krishna will send everything we need for accomplishing the desire of the Acharya, the desire of the Lord. Okay, I'd like to thank you very much. I'll stop here. If there is some question or you have to add something or you like to say something. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any question? If you have no question, you are fully convinced. Come to the Harinam tonight, 6 o'clock. I'm joking. But I will ask Nirmal to distribute this Nishingadeva oil from Mayapur, so everybody can get the protection of the Lord. So, you have any question? Thanks. Yes, Prabhu, thank you.
Prabhuji, you said that Lord protects his devotees. But we do see so many times that so many devotees are struggling in many areas in their life. Some devotees are struggling health-wise, some devotees are struggling financially, some devotees are struggling in relationships. And we see them coming to temple, chanting, doing service. So how do we see that and see that as mercy of Krishna, or how Krishna is protecting them?
So your question is that devotees struggling, just like materialistic people struggling, and so we see some devotee having problem, this, that. See, struggle means make you strong. If you take everything in a positive way, just like there was a man, there is a butterfly, it's in a cocoon. Have you seen how the butterfly takes birth? There's a cocoon and makes a small hole. And then makes it a little bigger and slowly comes out. And it spread the wings and fly. So this man thought, why the poor living entity has to struggle so much? He took one blade and cut it open so that the butterfly can come out. But the butterfly, when it came out, it spread the wing and fall down, dead. So struggle is not a bad thing. Struggle means reaffirming and becoming strong in your desire to be Krishna consciousness. Now, of course, if we struggle with health, means we should see the doctor, whether Ayurvedic, acupuncture, I don't know. Because the body is a machine. You cannot expect your body always to be healthy. But Srila Prabhupada used to go for a walk every day, right? So Prabhupada said, first health, then devotion. So every one of us, I'm going to the gym for last so many years, every day, 1 hour with His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Swami. People criticize, oh, it's a sannyasi, why going to the gym? But you have to maintain your body, whether you do yoga, whether you run, whether you go on a bicycle, whatever. You have to do some form of exercise because your body needs it. So each one, there is no fix. Everybody has to go to the gym, or everybody has to go to swim. I'm not saying that. I'm saying everybody has to find his own balance. So how much you eat, how much you sleep, how much you drink water, how much exercise you do, and keep your body balanced. You are a soldier in Lord Chaitanya's army, so you have to be strong, right? You don't want to be like, today I don't feel like chanting Hare Krishna, I go to sleep all day. It doesn't work in that way. So you have to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. So how you can be healthy? By yourself finding the balance, what your body needs, because body and mind, mente sana in corpore sana, in Latin said, and the mind and body has to be balanced so you can be healthy. So, there is yoga, there is so many different forms of exercise. You play cricket, soccer, you play young people, there's so much energy, play soccer, yeah, it's good, it's natural. What you play? Soccer also, great. Soccer means rugby or soccer or just football? Football, okay. Rugby is really heavy, So everybody can find some form of exercise to be healthy. And struggle means, we all go through struggle in life. But with the assistance of the devotees who are like spiritual doctors, we can overcome. Now, you say family life. Okay, family life, must be some grihastha who has no problem in family life. And family life teaches so many things. To be humble, it teaches you to tolerate, and it teaches you, so many things. So, and you have to go through that. We decide to get married, right? So that's another training. We go through that and you become perfect. So struggle is not bad. Struggle means you become strong. When you go to the army, then some training they have, you carry 35 kilos, you have a gun, you have the boots, and you run for 2 hours, you go on top of the mountain. You think it's impossible, how am I going to do this? But everybody's doing it, you are doing with them. And if you fail, they punish everybody. So better you do it. So like that, you have to have faith in the Lord that He will give me the power and intelligence to overcome all the difficulty. And the answer is in this book, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Keep on reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, take the assistance from the devotee, and if need be, go to the doctor, take some medicine, I don't know, take some vitamin, I don't know. Figure it out. Everybody has to figure out to be in perfect, as much possible health. But struggle is not bad. Is it okay? This answer your question? So take it like a soldier, okay? Any other question is there? From Mataji's side? Youngster football player, come on, tell us something. You're struggling? No, you're not struggling. Cool, man. I like you dancing in the kirtan, very enthusiastic. Okay, we'll stop here. Prasadam is waiting for you. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Shri Jagannath Subhade Balade Gornitai, Shri Radha Vallabha ki jai, Gaur Premanande.